What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be actually reacting to a video, and it's by Jacob on the Unbeatable Jacob on Twitch and YouTube. I will leave a link to his channel in the description. Go subscribe to him, Unbeatable Jacob. Speaking of that, I realized I had not subscribed, so go subscribe to him. A link will be in the description. And yeah, this is just kind of an interesting thing. So inside the mind of DBG, I think he just breaks down in general. I think he said he was going to break down like how I play at this game. So I think it'll be kind of interesting. It'll be a kind of interesting reaction. And hopefully he's not too harsh, because I'm not that good a player at this game. Let's be real. Well, I keep saying that, but it's like I'm fairly good. I'm not exceptional. I'm not Ty. I'm not Splash, but I'm okay.
Many often wonder, what does it take to become successful in the MITEam community?
Simple answer. Find out about intangibles before anyone else, and read stats. Simple answer. I know. A lot. Realistically, it is years of grinding out non-stop video to 2 videos every single day. That's like how 90% of us have grown.
The best way to find out is by looking at people who have found success and analyze what they did to get there. In this series, we will be doing just that.
Is it just me, or does he sound really like Summoning Salt? He sounds so much like Summoning Salt. Like, tell me he doesn't sound like Summoning Salt.
Of thousands of players. With 16 courses you can get a non-shortcut world record in.
Tell me he does not sound like Summoning Salt.
Welcome to Inside the Mind.
It's the exact... It's like a voice doppelganger. It's the exact same.
Season 1, Episode 1.
This guy, he has to be Summoning Salt. He has to be Summoning Salt. It's the same voice. This is a weird one. Part 1. Personal profile? Oh my god. You take it from here? Dude, I make like 8 of 9 later on in the video, and I start off cold as hell.
DBG needs no introduction for anybody familiar with the NBA 2K MITEam.
A con man guy's an M1 street baller.
Let's take a look and see who DBG is as a person before we start breaking down what he does in game to make himself successful.
At least you better make
DBG is a 24-year-old from Ireland who happens to have quite a bit of in-real-life basketball experience as well.
In real-life basketball experience, you have me eating a freaking Hot Ones style Blair's Megadeth wing.
Before becoming a full-time content creator and MITEam player, he spent some time playing with the FIBA Irish national team and also spent time as a teacher for students.
Yeah, I was a teacher.
On the court, DBG was known as a spot-up shooter, but he
not really known as a spot-up shooter. I didn't really do anything.
also had other interests outside of basketball in the sporting world. He was a big fan of Gaelic football and traditional football, but most importantly, he was ranked in the top 10 for Irish tennis players at one point in time.
That's factually incorrect. I was like, what was my highest? I was somewhere between 15 and 20 was my highest. I think it was like 18 was the highest I've ever been.
Nowadays,
this dude here is playing D1, by the way. I'm pretty sure this guy ended up playing... Is he playing D1 at the minute? The guy I'm playing this one-on-one? So losing not that bad.
DBG is a full-time content creator for MITEam and is known for his hard work ethic, as he puts out the most videos in the community and also streams many hours per month. But that's the next thing we're going to talk about, is this channel. So let's get into that.
Bang. Let's go. You see that? Wait. You see that, lads? See that? It's not just 2K. It's not just 2K. We are out here taking leaners. We are out here taking leaners, lads. Not just 2K. What is going on, guys? What is going on, guys?
DBG now has his videos down to a science, as he has amassed over 220,000 YouTube subscribers. However, it wasn't always so smooth sailing. Starting his YouTube channel in 2015, it looked a little different.
What's going on, guys? It's Mick here, aka Dub Gaming, and this is my first video.
To this day, that is the iconic intro. Like, that's like 10 times closer to my... I'm going to speak in my normal voice now. That's like 10... This intro is like 10 times closer to my normal voice than what I'm going to be speaking on... how I'm going to be speaking in this video right now. It is so weird hearing me speak in my, like, actual voice on a video. It's so weird.
Gonna introduce you to my squad.
DBG was far from an overnight success. It took years and years of uploading consistently before he was able to become one of the biggest content creators in the MITEam scene.
2 years or 18 months took me to reach 1,000 subscribers. Like 450 videos, something like that for 1,000 subscribers. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Like, I don't think... Actually, no. I can't say that. I can't say... It took Denver equally as long to initially blow up YBC. Basically, any of us that came... that started making content around the 2K15, 2K16 era, you better believe it was years before we did anything. It was years before any of us started to do well. Because I don't even know why. To be fair though, everyone just blew up with COVID. Everyone blew up with COVID. So it's a little bit different looking at the people that started in 20 because COVID completely shot them all to the moon. Like, shot all of us, myself included. But yeah, like back in the 2015, 2016 days, if you were on YouTube, if you were on 20,000, you were considered a big YouTube or a big MITEam channel. It was crazy how small the community was back then compared to how it is now.
Now you can see daily uploads from DBG going over tier lists of cards, along with gameplays of new cards that have just recently came out, card reviews, and also every time that there is a content drop, he normally is live on Twitch, going over the new cards. He also has a second channel called B-Ball Daily where he discusses IRL basketball and has gained over 100,000 subscribers as well. Overall, DBG is a fantastic content creator, but let's take a look and see what makes him a great 2K player.
Great? Debatable. That's debatable.
Before we start breaking down raw gameplay footage of DBG, let's get to understand some of his key concepts when playing the game. On a year-to-year basis, he normally builds his lineup similarly. It's always going to be shooting bigs with no inside centers. He's not afraid to use tactical downgrades, often using budget cards that he claims does the exact same thing of higher tier cards. He's somewhat anti-meta. He's not always using the most popular.
I don't claim. They do the same thing. They will give you 90% of the best cards for 10% of the price. Always tactically downgrade. Always tactically downgrade, lads.
The cards of the game. We can take a look at his 250k lineup from this past weekend and kind of get a gist of what he likes to run. So in this lineup, as you can see, both of his centers, Draymond Green and Kevin Garnett, can shoot the ball somewhat deep.
I regret putting Monte Ellis in this team and Kevin Garnett. If ideal situation, I should have got Cam Reddish. Started Cam Reddish at 2 and brought Darren Williams off the bench. I think I would have been a lot better equipped to deal with teams. And then having just anyone. LaMarcus Aldridge over Kevin Garnett. I hated Kevin Garnett that week.
Decently. And he also included Ruby Nick Anderson and Amethyst Boris Diaw in his lineup.
They're badged
both
up.
Cards, very budget, but both
Diaw's
cards do a job. As far as in-game go,
gen,
DBG has a very jack-of-all-trades style. He doesn't green like Splash or MJ's, but he's a decent enough shooter. He doesn't dribble like Steezo, but he moves good enough. He doesn't play every passing lane like he's Ty, but his defense is respectable. He runs a lot of pick and pops, and obviously we all know, one word, 6 letters, leaner. DBG loves to take his leaners. So let's get into some of the gameplay of his and see.
I mean, in reality, I like to play with 5 ball handlers on the floor. That's my current gen meta is I want 5 guys who can handle the ball on the floor. And it's how I played at the end of last year. Literally, whoever gets the rebound that I can dribble up the floor with, that I can take everyone on one-on-one. Like, that's the general gist of how I play, but he's not that far off. He's not that far off. I have the most unorthodox style of playing 2K in this community. There is nobody that plays the game like me. It's probably not the best way of playing the game, but it's the way I have most success with. Basically, it's the way I've had most success with over the last couple of years. Being able to dribble with all 5 players and being able to score with all 5 players as well. That is something I've had a lot of success with winning my team over the last 2 years. So that's the main thing I'm trying to focus on. But yeah, let's see what he breaks down.
Moving out there. The gameplay we are about to analyze is going to be from the 250k tournament about 3 hours in. So DBG is trying to get quits quick as possible. That's how the 250k tournament works, obviously. So right off rip, he does not go into settings or do anything like that. Just plays pretty conservative defense, and he does not pop into any freelance before he starts his offense.
This is actually
straight down the court and looks to the corner for a contested three. As you can see, DBG does use the meter and puts up a pretty bad shot. DBG does use the meter every time he plays. That is nothing new. So the second...
I mean, I use the meter because I don't play the game enough. Just straight up. I don't play the game enough to not use to turn off the meter. I don't mind it this year. But like if I'm playing next gen, the meter is turned off. Exclusively turned off.
Second time down the court, he goes...
Oh, wait. I forgot to change my settings. Oh my god. I remember this game. I remember this game. I was like losing for ages, and I didn't realize that I hadn't put my actual freelance on, so all my players just kept getting in the way. I remember this game.
Into the default freelance, and he's going to make an attempt to go for a pass and screen away to space the floor, and after putting up that contested shot, he knows what to do, and he goes straight to the rack for the dunk. As I mentioned, DBG is very smart basketball-wise, and he is not afraid to make adjustments, does not go back to what did not work for him for the first play, and he decides to pop into a press, and obviously gives up a pretty easy bucket there, but gets bailed by the game, if we're being honest.
It's bad.
As he stays in this press, he is going to get a CPU strip, and right
That's a user strip. That's a user strip, isn't it?
Press. He is going to get a CPU.
Oh no. Oh no, I actually thought I did something good. I and didn't just paint it. You're right, Jacob, you're right. You're right, I just paint it. I just paint sitting.
And right here, he has a grand opportunity to get a very aggravating steal in this lane. He switches to the correct player, but he is a little bit slow on the sticks as this pass is going to get through, and they're going to get an easy bucket now down the court. I definitely would like to see that one picked off every time, but right here, he's going to have to pay for it, giving up a few offensive rebounds. That's just such a monumental switch in pace. A huge difference between being up 9-2 as he could have been if he got that steal. Goes down the other end, doesn't get a very good closeout, and now he's going to have to wisely call a timeout.
Hey, I got hit with a snatchback 3 on a break. There's nothing I can do there.
DBG is very collected, calm when he plays.
What? What?
I mean, of course, he can get mad like anybody else on 2K, but he knows that he needs to make a few adjustments. Very smart player when it comes to that, willing to analyze his own mistakes and not do the same thing over and over again if it's not working.
This is when I realized.
So he hops into his settings, he changes his on-ball pressure to smother, but he does not touch the off-ball, which I find interesting. And he goes with the very basic Hawks 2018 freelance. Of course, what he's trying to do there is create some more spacing on the floor, and he gets just that to work as he's able to kick out to Paul Pierce for a wide open two-pointer.
That's a nice offense.
Of course, Paul Pierce cannot shoot threes in the corner on current gen. And on this defensive possession now, he really could get a big stop here and create some momentum before the end of the quarter. However, he's playing the middle pretty conservatively, not able to get in that lane. And right here, he makes the right move because, I mean, that's the lane that I saw for the offensive player to go to. Pretty obvious. And he gets in the lane, but however, just like that other one we just went over, he does not manage to get any sort of steal there, and he gives up a tough off Nick Anderson. So overall, he's putting his players in the right spot. It looks like he has the right things in mind defensively, but he is just not able to reward himself with the picks in those situations this early in the game. Fast forwarding into the second quarter here a little bit, DBG continues to play very conservative offensively with his drive and kick. Look what he can get from his opponent mindset.
I'm just going to constantly drive and kick until I get a blow by.
And right here, he kind of starts switching up his defensive scheme a little bit. He's going to pop into a zone and instantly come with a double that I absolutely love to see.
In fairness, that is one thing I do.
The right rotation here, right to Clay, gets the user steal. And this is kind of the part that I find most interesting. Off of a lane steal like that, many players would be gung-ho to get down the court and run in transition, but as you can see, he has no problem breaking down his offense, burning almost 10-15 seconds off of the shot clock, waiting for the right pass to come his way, and he is rewarded with the wide open 3 for it.
And that's why I will never qualify in 250k. I cannot, on that fast break, if you're a splash, if you're a tie, they literally would, with Steph Curry, run down the floor, peekaboo, 3. With myself, I'm not good enough to do that, so I have to find other ways of like playing the game. Like, I'm not a good enough shooter, I'm not a good enough dribbler to do what the best players in the world are doing right now. So I literally am like trying to I literally try to find ways that I can survive in this game. Yeah, so that kind of explains the way I'm playing, why I'm playing a little bit slower, because it's the only, like, if I tried to play fast, I'd probably lose this game.
Right. At this stage, DBG is trading stop for stop and bucket for bucket with his opponent, but he is not fretting, not changing his gameplay or playing rambunctious whatsoever, sticking with his game plan of driving kicks, calling for screens, and taking whatever the defense gives him offensively. And right here, he is going to be on a fast break transition situation. He's going to kick the ball out to Boris Diaw, and as we can see, DBG does not mind if his feet are not set whatsoever. However, the shot does not drop for him, and he's going to be on some transition defense and not make a very good rotation whatsoever, giving up the wide open 3, giving the lead back to his opponent. So down the court this time, once again, sticking to the game plan, creating that space, taking it nice and slow.
I'm just running through him.
He's going to take his time under the hoop.
I'm literally just trying to run through his body.
By Kevin Garnett. Once again, pretty simply, just taking what is there for him.
That's my tactics, to run through people.
Even though he has been playing very conservatively offensively, DBG does know when it is go time. Off of the green, he is going to pop into a quick press again, very smartly, gets in the right lane, takes a shot.
I mean, when I get in rhythm, I can score very quickly.
However, they managed to get the ball back. And
that's one thing I do well, is I can score very in bunches.
I
can go and run against
anybody. He looks for the
anybody.
corner for another 3. So now he's feeling quite a bit of momentum. He's staying up in this press. It rewards him with another inbound steal. He's looking for another shot right off rip. It's not there. Wisely, he does not force it. He goes, gets another good look at the basket. This one doesn't drop. However, just off of that run, he created quite a bit of momentum. DBG does a good job of acknowledging what is working. He keeps this press kept on, and it leads to a very, very good steal. Now he's running the court, has a man wide open in the corner. He's going to expand his lead quite a bit. He thinks about turning off the press, wisely keeps it on because his opponent is not making very good decisions in it. Right here, he's going to send some more double teams. He's starting to play quite a bit more risky than he was originally. He's going to send a double here off of the top with Stockton. He makes the great rotation with Clay, looking like that's going to be a clear-cut pickoff.
I'm not looking for a steal there at all.
Recovers quick, however, and now he's playing the middle with John, picks up the man, and forces the terrible shot. So right now, DBG's defense is clicking way better than it was at the start of the game. He's looking to keep his offense a little bit faster paced than he was at the beginning of the game, as he knows he has all of the momentum. He's going to take it to the rack, get a very, very good spin dunk, and that puts the lead up 10 with only 3 minutes left.
He's choking. He's choking.
Continues to work to perfection. He has now found his groove, and he managed to force
He just choked my opponent there.
Thank you guys for tuning in for episode 1 of Inside the Minds. Please subscribe to the channel if you look forward to more of these episodes, and let me know in the comments who you guys would also like to see this
That's actually that's a really interesting series. That is actually a really interesting series. So like breaking down obviously a little bit about the people and then how they play. That's actually a really interesting series. And I'm looking forward to seeing them on other people. I'm genuinely looking forward to that. Shout out Jacob. That's actually that's a really, really good idea for a series. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the video. Huge shout out. That was an enjoyable watch. That's a really, really good video. So remember, lads, subscribe to Unbeatable Jacob, and yeah, that is pretty much it. Shout out to Jacob. That is something that I enjoyed, and an actual breakdown of how I play. A little bit off with how I play defense, because my whole tactic is I press to speed people up. I don't press to bait lanes, because like I don't have the reaction time to bait lanes. Like I'll always say that, like I'm not good enough. Like my reaction time is not good enough that I can bait lanes like a tie, or like I can't even bait lanes at an above average level. However, speeding people up in the press will normally be enough to get me to beat a bad player. But either way, great video. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.